Okay, let's go ahead and try this again. Hopefully everybody can hear me this time. I tried to do this report earlier this morning, and I went back and watched it to find out that my microphone was muted the whole time. So I apologize for anyone that saw that, and just goes to show you that I am not a professional spokesperson by any means, and that I obviously need to pay a little bit more attention to my microphone being muted. So I will not make that mistake again, I can assure you. So anyhow, today's review and report is all about talking about the current state of the fixed annuity marketplace. So we find ourselves here in the first week of March 2021, and I figured what better time than now to start conducting a monthly report that I will start to refer to as the state of the fixed annuity market. We're going to take a deep dive into all of the fixed annuity products available on the marketplace today to see where the rates are that are being offered in these guaranteed fixed annuities. And we're going to be taking a look at the different tenures offered in these types of contracts. So we're going to be looking at the 3-year fixed annuities, 5-year fixed annuities, 7-year fixed annuities, as well as the 10-year fixed annuities. So for those not familiar with fixed annuities, they are the insurance industry's alternative or answer to the bank certificate of deposit. So if you're like most retirees or safe money investors that are looking for safe money instruments that will provide a protection of principal or preservation of capital, and you're looking to grow it safely with a compounded interest rate that's guaranteed for the duration of the contract, and you're not finding the yield or interest that you used to find in your bank CDs, your money market accounts, or even your bonds, 10-year treasury bills and things of that nature, then you should consider a fixed annuity offered by an insurance company. They are very similar alternative, and they're going to give you a much higher yield, up to 3 times more on the guaranteed credited interest rate in a fixed annuity versus the current bank CD offerings and things that we're going to take a look at here momentarily. So without further ado, let me go ahead and start with our quick disclaimer and get that fun legal stuff out of the way, and then we'll dive into the actual review of the fixed rates. So bear with me. Let me go ahead and share my screen, and we'll dive right in. Okay, so hopefully everybody can see my screen here. I'm going to go ahead and start with our disclaimer here. So, State of the Fixed Annuity Market Report by AnnuityAssociation.com. This is a review, not a recommendation to buy or sell an annuity. The various insurance companies you're about to see have not endorsed this review in any way, nor do we receive any compensation for this review. This review is meant to be an independent review at the request of website visitors so they can see our perspective in breaking down the positives and negatives of this particular annuity. Before purchasing any investment product, be sure to do your own due diligence and consult a properly licensed professional should you have specific questions as they relate to your individual circumstances. All names, marks, and materials used for this review are property of the respective owners and not that of AnnuityAssociation.com. While care has been made to ensure this review is complete and accurate, no guarantees are made to the completeness and or accuracy. So that leads me into the premise of these types of reviews. Really comes down to our mission here at Annuity Association. We're about bringing transparency to the annuity buying process. I always put myself in other people's shoes when it comes down to everything in life, and one of those is making buying decisions. Me as a consumer myself, I like to make sure that I understand the products or the services that I'm looking at investing or buying, and I like to have a good premise of how they work and how they function. And I do that through research and reviews and reading the materials that are available to me for those specific products. So when I first started in the insurance industry, in the financial services business, I found myself wanting to, obviously live by that fiduciary code and do what's right by my clients by recommending the best financial products available to them that would help them accomplish their personal objectives and goals. And I found myself really, having a difficult time deciphering all of the different insurance products, annuities, investment vehicles and things of that nature, because the industry's traditional way of doing business was it's very antiquated. There was not a lot of technology, software, or tools that could help us put all of these products in one place to help us decipher and filter through them depending on what the intended purpose was behind that product and or the consumer themselves. So we set out on a mission to provide that transparency that has been lacking in the annuity world. And we have a software that we use that has all of the various products associated, in the annuity marketplace. And we're able to now go in and customize the filters and parameters based on our clients' unique circumstances. So the idea is to bring that transparency directly to you to help you make an informed and educated decision. And today's review is all about talking fixed annuities, or what's referred to as multi-year guaranteed annuities. So before we dive into the review, if you'd like to work with me directly, our firm is registered and licensed in all 50 states. If you'd like to speak to me directly, you can go to annuityassociation.com. Right on the main page there, fill out the form, click the green button to request your free report. And on that form, it'll ask if you'd like to be contacted by an advisor. Just select yes, and I will contact you in a timely fashion to get together at a good time that we can speak and help point you in the right direction. So without further ado, let me go ahead and share my screen, and we'll dive into the fixed annuities available by the various insurance companies that are out there. If you haven't done so already, you can enlarge your screen by clicking in the bottom right-hand corner of your viewing window. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the 3-year products. We're going to be talking about the current offerings that are available across the independent annuity marketplace. And we want to make sure that we're discussing not only the current guaranteed yields, but as well as the financial rating of these products as well. So give me 1 second here. Let me go in and make sure that I have all of the products available to us. So we're going to go in and filter it out. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to go by 3-year period. So we're going to go start with the 3 years, go to the 5, 7, and 10. And initially, we're just going to sort this report for the highest guaranteed yield in each of those categories. So here on the 3-year page, we'll see that Ohio State Life comes in at number 1 with a 2.50% guaranteed compounded interest rate. This is a 3-year guaranteed rate and a 3-year duration for the contract. And now some of the things to look at when you're looking at a fixed annuity is not just the guaranteed yield. You want to look at the financial rating of the company. Some people prefer, A-rated or better. Some people are okay with B-rated or better. Some people are just okay with any annuity. It just depends on your personal preferences there. And then the second part that you want to look at is what additional features do these annuities have? Well, since they're fixed annuities, they're very simple products. Really the only main thing that we're going to be looking at is whether or not there's a free withdrawal provision built into the contract. So some of these fixed annuities will offer up to 10% of a free withdrawal on an annual basis after the first year. So you'll see the offering from Ohio State Life. They currently do not offer free withdrawals in that product, but they do have the ability to add a free withdrawal rider, which they do charge a fee for. But on those fees, you're typically going to see them anywhere from 10 to 25 basis points. On this particular product, to get the 10% free withdrawal provision, they do charge a fee of 15 basis points or 0.15%. Okay, so let me push that button back up there. Second on the 3-year list is Liberty Bankers Life with the Bankers Elite 3. That's a 2.25% guaranteed compounded interest rate for 3 years. And they also do not offer the free withdrawal provision. And then we have Capital Life Insurance Company, Bankers Elite 3, which is just a subsidiary of Liberty Bankers. Same rate, 2.25% at 3 years, no free withdrawals. And then we have Ocean View Life coming in number 4 at 2.25%. And the difference there is that they do offer 10% free withdrawals starting in the second year. So Very good to know there. That covers all the 3-year products, the top 4 offerings available to us today on the independent marketplace. Now, one thing to be certain of is the financial rating of every insurance company that you may or may not do business with. In this instance, Ohio State Life is a little bit more aggressive on their rate offering because they are currently not financially rated by AM Best. Now, that does not mean that they're a risky company to deal with. It does not mean that you should have a lot of concern. It's really going to come down to personal preference there. I will educate you that Ohio State Life used to be owned by Americo Financial, which is the largest privately held insurance company in the United States, and they were recently sold. So that brand name Ohio State Life and that book of business was recently sold to a company called NEX Annuity, NEX Annuity. And NEX Annuity is an affiliate under the NEX Investment Group and the NEX Bank. So they are owned by a larger conglomerate now, and pretty soon, I would expect probably by the end of this year, maybe early next year, they should have a financial rating given to them by AM Best. But there's certain requirements that they have to be doing business for so long and have a certain sizable book that they can be rated on. So with them being recently acquired by the NEX Group, currently they do not have a financial rating. But if you like the rate and you want to talk more about it, I can show you a way that we dive in and assess the risk of these unrated companies. We have access to their financials to see, what their current holdings are and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to what you're comfortable with. That's our priority, is your trust, and trust through education and trust through comfort. So if you don't like the idea of them not being rated, that's perfectly fine. But just want to let you know that, they do offer the higher rate, but there's the next best deal with a B++ rated company, which is Liberty Bankers, is 2.25%. And then Ocean View is A rated, A-. So let's go ahead and move on to the 5-year products. And then what we're going to also do is, after we've gone through the top offerings in these different segments, we're going to come back and filter out A rated only or better to see what those offerings look like as well. Okay, so moving on to the 5-year guaranteed fixed annuity rates, we have Ohio State Life coming in at number 1 at 3.15% for 5 years, guaranteed compounded interest rate, no free withdrawals. We then have Nassau Re Insurance Company with their Nassau My Annuity product. That's a 3.10% guaranteed compounded rate for 5 years. Again, no free withdrawal provisions there. And then we have SILAC, which is a B+ company with their Secure Savings Elite, 2.95% for 5 years with no free withdrawals. So Nassau is a B+ rated company, and then Ohio State Life, number 1, with no rating at this time. Okay, moving on to the 7-year guaranteed rates. We have Nassau Re coming in at number 1 for the 7-year, again, B+ rated through AM Best, 3.20% guaranteed compounded interest rate for 7 years. And no free withdrawals. Ohio State Life at number 2 with 3.15% guaranteed compounded interest rate over 7 years, again with no free withdrawals. And then Nassau also offers the same Nassau My Annuity product, but with this one, they offer the 10% free withdrawal provision. And so that's going to bring the rate down to a 3% flat guaranteed compounded interest rate for 7 years. Okay. Honorable mention goes to Atlantic Coast Life with their Safe Harbor Annuity, 2.92% guaranteed for 7 years, no free withdrawals. Okay. And then going to the 10-year, we'll see that the 10-year is not very competitive. Honestly, it's a longer duration, but the rate doesn't jump up at all. It's 3.15% offered by Ohio State Life. No free withdrawals there. And then next on the list is Atlantic Coast Life at 3.01%. That's a simple interest product for 10 years guaranteed, no free withdrawals. And then they have their compounded interest product at 3%, 10 years, no free withdrawals at Atlantic Coast Life. So really not getting much of an interest yield, not any actually, from the 7 to 10 years. So my advice would be, hey, don't tie the money up for that long. It doesn't make any sense unless you're trying to build some type of, annuity ladder or something of that nature. But to me, it doesn't make sense to look beyond the 7-year rate. Okay, so we're going to go back down to the 3-year period. And what we're going to do this time is we're going to sort to the A- rated or higher. Some people will prefer to work with an A- rated company or above. Perfectly understandable. It all comes down to what your personal preferences are. The financial stability ratings, do mean something. I do think that they should be considered. But, in addition, an A- rated and what's different compared to a B++ rated company, not a whole lot. A B++ rated company is also considered a good financial rating from AM Best. A- just happens to be considered an excellent rating. So here we go, A- or higher for the 3-year rates. We have Ocean View Life Insurance Company that comes in number 1 with their Harbor View annuity, currently at 2.25% guaranteed compounded interest rate for 3 years. And what's interesting is they do offer the 10% free withdrawal provision starting in year 2. So really not necessary to look at any of the other offerings in this 3-year space because not only is the yield less with the next best option, but they only allow interest only withdrawals and not up to 10% like the Harbor View product. But because we're doing a review and a report, we're going to take a look at all 3, top 3 or 4 offerings on the market for the 3-year space in the A- rated or better. So we have F&G Life or Fidelity and Guarantee coming in with their Guarantee Platinum. They are an A- rated company, 2% guaranteed yield to surrender, compounded interest rate over 3 years. And we'll see that this rate is actually going down. It's going down March 7th of 2021 to 1.95%. So going down 5 basis points here in a couple days. And then we have Sagicor with their Milestone MYGA, 3-year product, 1.95% guaranteed compounded rate, and they do offer the 10% free withdrawals. So if you're looking at 3 years, Ocean View takes the cake. Going to the 5-year products, we have Americo Financial coming in with their Platinum Assure 5 at a 2.70% guaranteed compounded interest rate for 5 years, and they do offer the 10% free withdrawal. Americo is an A-rated company, so very financially stable. And as I said, they're one of the largest privately held insurance companies in the United States. We have the F&G Guarantee Platinum, again, A- rated. This rate is currently at 2.65%, but going down March 7th to 2.55, so they're lessening it by 10 basis points. And that's a 5-year product with interest-only withdrawals allowed. And then we have Royal Neighbors rounding out the top 3 with their Choice 5 MYGA at a 2.50% compounded interest rate for 5 years, and they also offer interest-only withdrawals. Going to the 7-year products, thanks for sticking with me here. We have the F&G Guarantee Platinum currently at 2.80% compounded interest for 7 years. Interest-only free withdrawals are allowed. And then Ocean View Life and Annuity Company coming in with their Harbor View product, 2.60% for 7 years guaranteed compounded, and they do offer the free withdrawal provision of 10% starting in year 2. And then rounding out the top 3, we have Midland National with their Live Well Guarantee Annuity, 2.55% guaranteed yield to surrender, 7-year period, and they allow up to 5% withdrawals starting in year 2. So we've looked at the fixed annuities for the 3, 5, 7, and 10-year marks. Let's take a quick dive into the 10-year for the A-rated or better, just so we don't skip over that. We have Ocean View Life coming in at 2.75% for 10 years, allowing that 10% free withdrawal, followed by Oxford Life at 2.60%, 10 years interest only the first year, 10% free withdrawals starting year 2. And then a NICO or American National with their Palladium MYGA, 2.55% guaranteed compounded interest rate for 10 years. Or actually, that's guaranteed for 9 years. I don't know why it's in there. That might be an error. Anyhow, now what I'd like to do is really take a look at, comparing apples to apples to the top bank CD rates on the market to really compare what's available out there. So I like to use bankrate.com. They seem to be a good resource in terms of finding us the best rates for these bank certificates of deposit. It's real-time reporting. So what I'm going to do is throw out all of the durations that are available or term periods that are available in the annuities and then sort them based on the highest yield that's allowed. And currently being offered by First National Bank of America, 1.05% for a 6-year term. So really, when you're comparing the bank CDs to the current fixed annuities offered by insurance companies, we're seeing almost 3 times more yield found in a similar duration product or similar contract period of product between the CD and the multi-year guaranteed annuity or fixed annuity. So if you find yourself looking for safe interest and you're not finding it at the banks, you're not finding it in money markets, and you're not finding it in the 10-year treasury bills, which we'll take a look at real quick as well, I think that it would be wise to really consider an insurance company in the form of a fixed annuity because of the much higher yield that's offered. So the current U.S. 10-year Treasury note has peaked up to 1.56%, but that's a 10-year holding. And, it's recently bumped up the last 30 days by about 50 basis points. So it's starting to get there a little bit more healthy, but nowhere near where it was just 5 to 6 years ago. But anyhow, that's going to pretty much wrap up our state of the fixed annuity marketplace report. I plan on providing this report to you guys on a month-to-month basis to keep you in the know on the fixed annuity rates that are available to you today. If you have any questions or you'd like to compare these annuities or any other annuity for that matter on the market, you can visit our website and go to annuityassociation.com. Right on the front page, click the green button to request your free report, and I will get that out to you in a timely fashion. And if you'd like to work with me directly, we work with all 50 states. You can, on that same form, when it asks if you'd like to be contacted, just answer yes, and I'll reach out to you in a timely fashion and get together and see how I can help point you in the right direction. So we appreciate your time. Thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to serving your annuity needs in retirement. Everyone take care. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye. Jeremiah Conjure signing off.